Sneaky Nation, Sneaky P here, back with all of the news after the conference championship round here in year number 4 of our Columbus Aviators franchise, where the Aviators got a huge victory over the New England Patriots to advance to their first Super Bowl. It has been a long time coming. This team has battled through injuries, setbacks, different things along the way, but this year they finally got their act together, and they are going to be competing for the Lombardi Trophy. Who we are playing against is still a mystery. I am starting off on this screen for a reason, but here is our starting lineup going into the Super Bowl, and as you can tell, our offense is absolutely stacked across the board. We are thrilled with their production throughout the season. Now, our defense, on the other hand, really has not been that great throughout the season. We have given up way too many points on numerous occasions. However, they have the ability to make some big-time plays, and that has been more evident than ever during the playoffs. We have absolutely crushed teams on the defensive side of the ball, putting up points with pick sixes, fumble returns. It has been absolutely thrilling to watch this defense finally come, and here they are. Looking at the starters here. Now, we do have an injury to Malik Hale. So what we might do here is actually substitute Brown in. Brown started off the season for us, kind of lost it to an injury. But we need to get him on the field. Now, I like John Latulele a lot. The other option would be maybe putting Bradford in the game. Bradford is our best coverage linebacker, and having him there could absolutely help this defense. Now, over here, we are also getting Eduardo Ivory back from injury. So even though we lost Malik Hale, we're getting Ivory back, which is good for our defense and our secondary. But let's go ahead and look at this, see if we need to make a change over here. If nothing else, let's go ahead and let's get him on the backup spot so he'll see some minutes there. I think it's a good move. I like John Latulele. We signed him for a reason. Excellent backup player, but overall, I think Justin Brown's going to give us a little bit more. The other option, like I said, would maybe be just so we can compare the stats. Let's actually go ahead and grab Bradford as well. I know Bradford's better in coverage, and we tend to give up a lot of big plays to tight ends and stuff, so we need to keep an eye out for that. So here we go. Again, I don't care about overall as much. I care about what they can bring to the field with specific traits and their production. Right now, Justin Brown has given us the best production, but Bradford's been very good in limited minutes as well. So here we go. Let's check it out. Tackle, that is going to be Latulele leading that category. Hit power, going to be Latulele again. Block shedding, Latulele. So he's absolutely going to be better at getting to the quarterback, maybe even making some plays. But really, I'm more concerned about coverage. Bradford has the speed over everybody. His awareness is awful. In fact, Latulele is the only one with good awareness here. Not good awareness, but good comparative to 54 and 52, I should say. Power moves, that's going to be Latulele as well. Finesse moves, that's going to be Bradford by a mile there. It's going to be interesting. Man coverage, nobody really good. Brown's okay for a linebacker, but this is it. Zone coverage, Bradford stands out more than anybody here, by far. It's not even close. So what happens when, they are throwing it his direction? He is going to be better. Now, if we can go down and look at Hale. Now, Hale's 67. He did okay for us there. 83 stands out. Brown has the ability to make some interceptions, though. I think what we're going to do, I think Brown has absolutely earned it. Obviously, I like Bradford quite a lot, but Brown really kind of stood out, in his time. So we're going to start him off there. But if things are not going our way, we have no problem making the switch. We don't, because I definitely feel comfortable with Bradford too, and I do want him to get some minutes there as well. So that is what we are going to do. Last time for predictions. Who do you guys think we are going to go up against here? Are we going to go up against the Seattle Seahawks or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Leave your prediction in the description below. We are about to go over there. I purposely started off on this screen. We're not going to see anything, and I will cut over. Here we go. All right, here we are, and the Seahawks with a blowout over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 49-17. Let's check out the box score here, the player stats. And Russell Wilson, a monster game, the NFL MVP, leading the Seahawks here, 138 quarterback rating, 313 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He is ready for the Super Bowl, and the Aviators defense definitely going to have their work cut out for him. Jameis Winston struggled in this game, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. It would have been really interesting to see Jameis Winston go up against Mariota for the Super Bowl, but it is not in the cards this year. Rushing, Darius Long, the rookie out of Nebraska, 87 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, and a touchdown for the Seahawks. Oliver, also 4.3 yards a carry and a touchdown for the Buccaneers there. Receiving, Spencer Tracy, the star rookie out of Tennessee, 11 catches, 137 yards, 3 touchdowns for him. And that is going to be a very interesting matchup with him going up against Tyrone Stevens, Bradley Roby and company. Jermaine Kearse, 7 catches, 59 yards for him. Jimmy Graham, 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brian Quick, 5 catches, 52 yards. Brandon Oliver getting that touchdown there for the Buccaneers. Defensively, Spikes leading the way in tackles with 13, Miles with 11 sacks. We got 1.5 for Bruce Irvin and a half a sack for Frank Clark. Interceptions, Richard Sherman getting both of them there. Let's go ahead and check out the Pro Bowl. All right, here we are. We got Lawrence Taylor versus Marshall Faulk for the Pro Bowl here. Russell Wilson going to be selected by Marshall Faulk. And again, you know, the Aviators going to have their work cut out for them going up against the NFL MVP. He's obviously got a lot of weapons to work with. We'll get to that in a second. Andrew Luck going over there. We'll go through kind of quickly here. See who stands out. Bishop Sankey going to be running back number 2 for Lawrence Taylor over there. I like to see that. Dorn Dickerson not going to make the list this year. And this is where it gets interesting. Jermaine Kearse, Brian Quick, and Spencer Tracy all going to make the Pro Bowl from the Seattle Seahawks team. None of our wide receivers are going to make it. Our guys are very inconsistent this year, not making the big-time plays like we've seen in years past. And it's definitely going to be an interesting challenge for our defense. You know, again, we're going up against 3 Pro Bowl wide receivers, the best quarterback in the NFL right now, and then a Pro Bowl tight end to Jimmy Graham. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup. However, our offensive line is well represented here. Look at this, everywhere. In fact, all 5 of our starters are going to make it. And with Sankey making it a 2, you know, it's definitely going to be an interesting battle. You know, a passing attack versus more of a running attack. However, our receivers are capable of making some big-time plays. We're going to need that from them in the Super Bowl if we would like to get a victory. Going down the list here, we have none of our defensive line guys. However, Derek Morgan is going to make the list. He is becoming a regular there as he racks up the sacks for the Aviators defense. Going through a little bit further, none of our middle linebackers going to make it. Interesting to see that. Here's where it's interesting. Tyrone Stevens not taken until cornerback number 4. Obviously, we know he's better than that. The only thing I can maybe think of is that he's not making as many big-time plays as some of the other corners, but when it comes to locking a receiver down, nobody in the NFL is better. He is absolutely outstanding. Now, Trenton McKnight, our free safety, also going to make it. Remember, he took over the starting free safety role for Marquestin Huff, who is right behind him over there on the other team, obviously. But McKnight ending up with that selection, showing that we made a good decision to go with the younger safety in that situation. Down here, we are going to have Bakari Boswell on the list. I like to see that. Our young rookie punt returner making it as well. He has been outstanding for us throughout the regular season and everything like that. So here we go. Let's go ahead and check out the Seattle Seahawks lineup here. See the team that we are going up against for the Super Bowl. It is going to be a battle for sure. And let's check it out. Russell Wilson, NFL MVP, 99 overall at running back. Darius Long, 75 overall, rookie from Nebraska. Fullback Derek Coleman, 92 overall. Definitely a big-time guy that we are going to have to look out for. Might take our defense off guard a little bit. Jermaine Kearse going to be the number 1 wide receiver, and that is who Tyrone Stevens is going to be matched up with for the majority of the game. What causes an issue for us is Spencer Tracy is going to be going up against Bradley Roby. Now, Roby can make a lot of big-time plays. He gets some interceptions, but he's not the best in coverage. And we saw what Spencer Tracy could do with that 11-catch game, 3 touchdowns in the NFC Championship game. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. Not saying Roby's bad in coverage. He's just not like a lockdown guy like Stevens. And then you have Brian Quick going to be in the slot there for him. An interesting matchup with him going up against Dre Kirkpatrick. Desmond Morris, the second-year pro from LA Tech there, Louisiana Tech. Seth Douglas, the second-year pro from LSU. And Chris Matthews. Just a lot of depth here across the board for them. Jimmy Graham and Zach Miller going to be the tight ends there. And then look at this offensive line. It is pretty solid. Glowinski. That's an interesting last name there. But the familiar face would definitely be Riley Reef over there. Justin Britt, a good right tackle as well. Jordan Hill, left end at right end. They have Nevin Hickman, a second-year pro from UCLA. Antoine Felton, a third-year pro from Florida here. At left outside linebacker, Bruce Irvin. We all know about him. Middle linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And Rolando McClain coming over. Interesting pickup. And then they have the depth with Stephen Tolick, a great vet to have on your bench. And Jasper Brinkley here. Right outside linebacker, KJ Wright. At cornerback, Richard Sherman. Prince Amukamara leaving us to go over there. I say leaving us. We didn't really offer to bring him back, but going to be an interesting matchup there, you know, going against his former team. Kyle Arrington, Nikel Roby, and Mylan Ferris there. Free safety Earl Thomas III, still making it happen now. They no longer have Cam Chancellor. They replaced him with Dante Whitner, another big-time hitter, though, capable of making plays. Now, he's getting up there in age, but definitely brings a veteran presence to this defense. It's going to be an interesting matchup, guys. Let's see the predictions in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for all of the support throughout this entire series. You guys have been outstanding. I do appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you guys in the Super Bowl as the Aviators get ready to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Later.